Welcome back to Sunspots here on Shaw TV. My name is Ryan Waters. The Okanagan Sun 4-0 after their 49-7 victory over the West Shore Rebels here in Week 4 of the BCFC at the Apple Bowl. This week joined by two members of the Okanagan Sun, head coach Jason Casey, offensive lineman Tyson Pencer, and coach will talk to you. A new development somewhat at the beginning of last game. Bobby Davis was injured actually in Week 3. What's his status?
He can still play with that soft cast on his thumb. It's just a minor injury to his thumb of his non-throwing hand. He can still take all reps. We've tested him all last week. He could still play quarterback or on the defensive side. We just didn't want to have to use him against the Rebels, and we were able not to. So he's equally capable of still doing the task that we want him to do. It's just for I guess longevity reasons, we didn't want to use him in Week 3.
I want to take you back to that Rebels game. The offensive line and the running game finally got going. Weight off your shoulders?
I didn't have a lot of weight. I knew that it was something they could do. I wasn't concerned that we're not able to run the ball. I knew we always could run the ball with that O-line that we have. I think it's just a different dynamic when Bakic is back there. He's got that low center of gravity. He's got powerful legs that he can stop and start on a dime and accelerate very quick. So when you get a guy of his caliber behind an O-line, the size and athleticism of us, it's you're only going to get 8, 10, 12 yards of carry, so it's great.
Well, one of the offensive linemen is right beside you, and 6'7", 300+ Tyson Pencer. I want to ask you, Tyson, about the run game. Was the offensive line feeling a little bit of heat in the first 3 weeks because there wasn't much of a run game?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think the big thing with the offense was just a matter of coming together. I mean, we got the size, we got the talent. Now it's just a matter of working together. The first 3 weeks, obviously, didn't pan out the way we wanted to, as in the running game. I think this last game here definitely showed what we can do and what we can improve on, and it's just a stepping stone to where we're going to be soon enough. So
it fueled your fire, so to speak, after the first 3 weeks where people were saying, it's just a pass offense, no run game. Fueled that fire. We got to get out there and do something.
Oh, it did for sure. I mean, I think a big thing was just having that feeling of knowing that we can do it, especially being more of a pass. Especially the last couple weeks. For most of the guys, was just noticing that we can get 5 to 10 yards on a carry, and march the ball downfield without having to throw it. I think that's huge for us, and it's going to be huge going into the games further on. So,
what do you prefer, pass blocking or run blocking?
I like both. I mean, I can pass block, but I always like smashing the dude and driving him back, putting him on his ass, hopefully. So, I mean, that's the best part of football, right?
Week 5 quickly approaching. Let's finally talk about the Sun and the Raiders. Finally get to do that halfway through the season. You go to Nanaimo, of course, this Saturday. Talk to us about how you match up, first of all.
I think we match up very well across the board. I think our offensive line is much better than their front seven. I think our running game now is clicking on all cylinders, and that's going to be a problem for them to deal with. We've got 6 or 7 stud receivers, so no matter how many, if it's 4 or 5 receivers on the field, they've got to account for all of them. I think our front seven are faster than their O-line, so I think with our speed and our smarts, we're going to be able to attest to that.
Well, there's so many new faces, new guys part of this team, part of this roster this year. Did they get a sense on what the rivalry is like between the Sun and the Raiders?
Probably a little bit, not quite enough probably. I'm sure the vets are going to let them know all week, and the coaching staff will let them know just how big of a deal this game is. I think the Raiders are 40-0, 39-0, 40-0 like at home, so to go in there and snap that streak will be enormous.
It's going to be fun in Nanaimo on Saturdays. Week 5 of the BCFC kicks off between the Okanagan Sun and the Vancouver Island Raiders. For more information, check out okanagansun.ca. For Sunspots here on Shaw TV, I'm Ryan Waters.